which are all black, and the Death Eater uniforms, which are also all black. You can distinguish them because the Death Eaters wear the masks, and the SS or the Nazis, they wear those armbands with the swastika on them. And that's the kind of way to set them apart from everyone else. What's interesting, though, is that the Death Eaters didn't always wear the robes and the masks, and that's important because they were able to go out, be part of everyday life, work for the Ministry of Magic, and get really valuable information for Voldemort that he could use against the light side. So like I said, it was important for them to differentiate between members and civilians. That way you would know, for the most part, who was who and what they were doing. It also is really good for unification. Kind of gives you a sense of community, which is why a lot of schools have uniforms, because they don't want people having any sort of, I guess, and I won't say individuality, but they kind of want to have it so you know who you are and there's no question about it. They also use the dark colors to inspire fear. Black is obviously a really kind of scary color. I know I'd be a little terrified if there was just a group of guys walking around in black robes and masks or military uniforms walking down the street. So, obviously, in order to get anything done, you have to have people listen to you. And Hitler was very, very charismatic. People loved him. This is a quote from The Hitler Myth by Ian Kershaw. He basically just talks about how without Hitler's popularity, if he wasn't so charismatic, he wouldn't have been able to get anything accomplished at all. People would just kind of look at him and be like, okay, whatever. But there's also a reign by terror, which is what Voldemort did. He wasn't very charismatic. He probably didn't like him very much. But while this is a quote from The Goblet of Fire, where Sirius is talking about how during Voldemort's reign it was just awful. He was just terrible. People were dying every day. It was torture. People were panicking. It was terror. And this is kind of how Voldemort keeps everyone in line. He just kind of scares them into doing it. Like he tortures his own followers to make an example of them, so everybody else will pay attention to him. And so, like I was saying, there's also this ability to control people, literally and figuratively. Like I was saying, Hitler was very charismatic, and so his ability to control people lie in his ways of carrying himself and fitting his speeches to fit the needs of what the people wanted, not only for personal reasons, but for government reasons. For any reason he wanted, he could do it because he was just a really good speaker. People loved to listen to him. And Voldemort, well, he was literally controlling people. There's plenty of spells you can use, and in the first book, he possessed one of the professors. But that's only possible, like he says, if there are people willing to let me into their hearts and minds, which is true for both. You can't change people if they're not willing to be changed, and that's a huge thing for both Hitler and Voldemort. If these people weren't willing to change, I mean, they would kind of just be sitting around talking, not really accomplishing anything. So, I mean, there are definitely similarities between the two. Obviously, what J.K. Rowling was talking about when she wanted to talk about hatred and bigotry in her book, she definitely accomplished showing the relationship between the two of them in that aspect. But there are also differences between them. Obviously, their childhoods weren't the same, but still, they were able to grow up and have the same kind of ideologies, the same goals, the same ability to control people. And so I think that, too, really adds to her intention and kind of just validates her original intention to creating a Hitler